10 years ago, I lost my boyfriend and was banned from Disney for life. Tonight's the night I get him back. The park hadn't changed. The same suffocating smells twisted my gut, a reminder of the night they took him away. The crowd around me was a blur. I had dreamed of coming back. Inside the white room that held me and called me crazy, I imagined this exact moment. The little girl was my only way back to her. I held her hand, squeezing tight. Security walked past, the breath catching in my throat. "Do you remember what to do, Ruby?" "Riley," she corrected in a grumble. The little girl cocked her head. "Yes," she said, "but where are you going?" I felt my eyes sting. "Who's your favorite Disney prince?" "Coco." "Yours." I squeezed her hand tighter. "Flynn Rider. He's old. Angled is an old film, so is Coco." Keep walking. Risking a glance at security, I ducked my head, pulling Ruby closer to me. "Here we go." Letting go of her hand, I gave her the go-ahead. When she started screaming, I backed away. Ruby was a little actress, dropping onto her knees and screaming for her real mommy. She drew the perfect amount of attention, allowing me to bleed into the shadows. The same door I stumbled through 10 years ago stood in front of me. The door from my nightmares. Therapists told me it wasn't real, so I bit all of them. It was real. The concrete tunnels hidden underneath the park, and the trapdoors snatching away loved ones. I had described my experience to so many people, and all of them called me crazy. His disappearance wasn't my fault. They said, "Hey, stop playing make-believe to cope." Stumbling through that same tunnel that kidnapped my boyfriend, I knew it wasn't all in my head. I remembered a room filled with Disney characters, new and old. They stuffed my poor boyfriend into a costume and forced him to dance around the park, entertaining children, before his character lost his relevancy. "Who's there?" A voice sent me backing into a door, and slipping through the gap. Harsh light seared my eyes when I twisted around, only to find myself staring at clothes. No, not just clothes. Bodies, new and old, heads and limbs and torsos scattered like doll pieces. Swallowing bile, I dropped onto my knees and crawled over to them, picking through bones and flesh that was still warm. Flynn Rider. That's who he was, who they turned him into. I found him crushed under Elsa and Hans, forgotten and left to rot. The costume was glued to his body. One arm was missing, and I plucked from his socket, rubber-looking skin. But it was still him. It was Ben. He was still warm, somehow. When I hugged him to my chest, his body moved. Ben's eye flickered, his expression twitching. "Hi," I whispered. Ben blinked, his lips splitting into a grin, congealed blood welling from his nose. "You broke my smolder," Gaz Zundihiet. "Lol, listen. Blondie. Not Ben. Flynn. Close enough."